Good morning, guys. Fine. So first of all, we will discuss about regular area 0. I think some of you have a doubt. What kind of doubt? What do you people think that if this is area 1, this is area 2, this is area 3 and this is area 4. Fine. How they can communicate? If you insert a area 0 here, if you insert a area 0 here, if you insert a area 0 here. How many area zeros are there? You are creating a loop. Just try to understand why we come up with area 0. Why? What was the reason? See, area 1, area 2. This router will never exchange area 2 roots with area 1 roots. Why? Because there is no area 0. Agree? This thing is clear to all of you. Now, why we need area 0? To prevent routing loops. If there is no concept of area 0, any router can transfer one area information to another, and you are doing the same thing here. You are making every router to transfer information of one area to another. So if you want this concept to work, you have to create whole this area as 0. This thing is clear? Area 0 must be contiguous. Must be, or a easy word for you, must be continuous. Area 0 must not be discontinuous. इसका मतलब एरिया 0 इकट्ठा होना चाहिए. आप तोड़ तोड़ के एरिया 0 नहीं बना सकते. अब बताऊं इश्यू क्या आएगा? तोड़ तोड़ के एरिया 0 बना दिया. Let's say area 1, area 2, area 3. You created here area. You created here area. What you have to do to create area 0? Just you have to create a interface loopback. Insert it in area 0. Here also interface loopback. Create it in area 0. Now see. For area 2, this side also area 0. This side also area 0. He will be confused. It means area 2 information will be given in area 3. Area 3 information will be given in area 2. But this router will never give this area information in this area and this area information in this area. Because this router is giving this area information in this area because of this area 0, not because of this area 0. So always keep one thing in mind. Area 0 must be contiguous. एरिया 0 हमेशा कैसा होना चाहिए? कॉन्टिग्यूअस. तो जब भी आप whenever you have two normal areas, area 1, area 2, in between area must be 0. In between area must be 0. See, if in this case you have here area 3 and you want communication between area 1 and 3. So what you can do is you can extend your area 0. You can extend your, what is the process to extend your area 0? We will discuss in CCNP. Not now. This thing is clear? So whenever you will be doing the practical, always keep one thing in mind. Area 0 must be contiguous. एरिया 0 में नहीं करने पड़ेंगे. एरिया 0 को एक्सपेंड करना पड़ेगा. उस पर्टिकुलर टेक्नोलॉजी को बोलते हैं virtual links. Whenever I am extending my area 0, that technology is called creating a virtual link. It means for area 3, what area 3 will feel? That it is directly connected to area, not with area 1. This thing is clear? So today we have to start with switching. कहा तो था आज लास्ट में कराऊंगा, पहले बात की नहीं थी ये, आज लास्ट में करा दूंगा प्रैक्टिकल कल का, ठीक है जी। टॉपिक इज स्विचिंग। गाइस फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल switching means layer 2. Why we call switching layer 2? See, what do you mean by switching? This is a switch. All of you can see the switch in the rack. All of you can see the switch in the rack. On a switch you will find multiple ports. Multiple ports together will form a slot. This particular slot is called, what do we call it? Line card. This thing is clear. Line card can be of 8 ports. It can be of any problem? One single line card, and it can extend up to 10. It means a switch can be as big as you, as big as 5.5 फुट का स्विच भी हो सकता है, जिसमें कितने पोर्ट होंगे? जरूरी नहीं है 1000 पूरे आ जाएं उतने में। दिस थिंग इज क्लियर। नेक्स्ट थिंग, what is the use of switch? See, this is a switch. This particular interface on which I am receiving traffic is called ingress interface. The interface on which I am receiving traffic is called, the traffic by which I am sending traffic out is called egress interface. Any issue? Now, what switch will do? Switch will replicate. Switch will traffic from one interface to another. Any problem? Now, MAC address A, MAC address B. We already discussed about MAC address, structure of MAC address. Okay. Guys, all of you know for communication 4 things are must: source IP, destination IP, source MAC and destination MAC. So here we talk about only source MAC and what switch will do? Switch will maintain a what is CAM table? CAM stands for content addressable memory, or you can say MAC address table. Any issues with the same thing? No. Now, whenever this user will forward traffic, what switch will do? Whenever this user will forward traffic, source will be A. Now, in destination there can be 2 things. I am talking about any type of traffic. Traffic किसी भी तरह का हो सकता है. Traffic can be of any type. What I am saying is, in destination there will be 2 cases. One, I know about destination address. Second, I don't know. When I know about destination MAC address will be B. Case is clear? It means already ARP is resolved. Agree? Now, whenever user will hit this interface, what switch will do? Switch will make an entry in its own table, in its CAM table, with the help of which MAC address? Source or destination? With the help of source MAC address. It means switch will always build MAC address table on the basis of source MAC address. हो गई उबासी पूरी? नींद नहीं आई थी रात को? किसकी याद आई? तुझे याद ना मेरी आई, किसी से अब क्या कहना. ठीक है. तो स्विच के ऑन दिस स्विच पोर्ट विच मैक एड्रेस विल बी लर्नड? सोर्स. सोर्स मैक एड्रेस इज A. Switch will maintain a CAM table. Port number 1, port number 1, MAC address learned is A. Next thing, now switch will check destination MAC address. Switch will check. Clear? स्विच क्या चेक करेगा? नाम तेरा, नाम तेरा रोहित. क्या चेक करेगा स्विच? कहाँ चेक करेगा? अपनी. स्विच विल चेक इट्स डेस्टिनेशन मैक एड्रेस इन इट्स मैक. Do switch have an entry? What switch will do? Guys, come back to the case. Case was user was sending traffic with source MAC address also, and but switch is still broadcasting. Switch is still, this particular thing is called unknown. I am sending a unicast to many people. With destination MAC address as D. With the destination MAC address as देखो समझो. The thing is clear to you. See, why I am not calling it as a broadcast? मैं इसे ब्रॉडकास्ट क्यों नहीं बोल रहा? डेस्टिनेशन मैक एड्रेस क्या है इसमें? बी. सोर्स क्या है? ए. सोर्स ए है, डेस्टिनेशन बी है. ये क्या होगा? एक यूनिकास्ट. लेकिन ये नोन, इट इज नॉट known, it is unknown. If several users are connected here, it is received by everyone. That's why I am calling it as unknown unicast. Why switch is performing unknown unicast? Because switch does not have a entry for the destination MAC address. Because switch does not have an entry for the destination. This thing is fine. Are you sure? Okay, man. Second case. This time I don't know about destination MAC address. It means ARP is not resolved. Computer will send, switch will take destination MAC address, switch will broadcast it. This case is called flooding. Switch will flood the information out of all ports except the one on which it was received. सबको समझ में आया? तो स्विच फ्लड तो करेगा ही करेगा. What is flooding? फ्लडिंग कब होगी? If we don't know about unknown unicasting कब होगी? जब मुझे डेस्टिनेशन मैक एड्रेस के बारे में पता है लेकिन स्विच को नहीं पता, समझ में आया? कोई कंफ्यूजन? इट मीन्स टू सेंड द ट्रैफिक एज अ यूनिकास्ट देयर आर टू थिंग्स. I also know about the destination MAC address and switch also have an entry in its MAC address table. वरना ट्रैफिक कभी भी सही नहीं जाएगा. देखो यार, सेटिस्फाई दो लोग होते हैं. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. इफ कंप्यूटर इज सेटिस्फाइड एंड switch is not able to perform its function, right? And when switch is satisfied, computer is not. Computer will not perform functions, right? Fine? Clear? मेरा वीरा सो रहा है, अखा नू आराम दे रहे. खड़ा हो जाऊंगा मैं, हिम्मत नहीं थी मेरे में. तूने यहाँ से पैकेट कैसे भेजा? तूने स्विच को बताया पैकेट को कहाँ भेजना है? तो पता हो भी तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? नींद खोल अपनी. क्वेश्चन समझ में आया इसका आपको? नहीं समझ में आया? He gets a switch is sending a broadcast, and computer is sending a broadcast, and switch knows about the MAC address. आ गया समझ? क्वेश्चन सोचने से पहले, क्वेश्चन पूछने से पहले सोचते हैं भाई. करें आगे डिस्कस. This thing is clear. What is unknown unicasting and what is flooding? Two things are clear. Next thing. Switch. One question for all of you. Search it on Google. Where CAM table is stored? Where CAM table is stored on a switch. Fine. हाँ? यार कुछ पूछा है, ढूंढना ना यार. तुक्का मत मारा करो. I don't like tukkas. See, type of memory on switch: flash, fine. This thing is clear. NVRAM is a part of flash. In the same way, we have this thing is clear. That's fine. But there is no concept of yes or no on switch. Fine. Because you can use a switch without configuring it. You can use a switch without, so there is no concept of yes or no. Why you have a concept of yes or no on router? Because first of all you have to configure your router before using it. But in case of switch there is no such case. This thing is clear. By default all switch ports are active and there is no switch on the switch. There is no switch. क्या मतलब इस बात का? ऐसा बटन नहीं होता स्विच पे. ऑन हो जाएगा, जला दो भाई. दोबारा बताऊं किसी को समझ में नहीं आया तो? आ गया? This thing is clear. Next thing. Functions of switch. First is address learning. All of you know the meaning of address learning? Building of CAM table. Second function is forwarding traffic on the basis of CAM table. Third function is loop prevention. We will discuss it when we will discuss a topic called STP. In switches, or you can say on switches, loops can form. Loops can. To prevent loops, we have a protocol called STP, stands for spanning tree protocol. All of you have to speak. STP stands for. What is the use of STP? To prevent loops. Clear? ठीक है. First of all, we will see how loops are formed. Guys, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. First of all, concentrate here and check one thing. Switches are already connected in a switching loop will only form if switches are connected in a. If switches are not connected in a loop, switching loop will never form. But it doesn't mean that in this case STP will work, and if I have a topology like this, in this case STP will not work. In this case also STP will work. But as you know that these are connected in a serial, these are connected in a serial manner, you can disable here STP because loop will never form. Why? I have to make you understand the meaning of loop. Loop का मतलब क्या है? लूप का मतलब क्या है? गोला बनाया कभी? सिचुएशन तो मैं भी क्रिएट कर दूंगा, रुक तो जाओ, सबर तो रखो. गोला बनाया कभी? गोला, वो चुटकुला सुना आपने? गोला बना लो, गोला बना लो. नहीं सुना? एक बार भाई रोहित होता है. तो बात करते हैं. In this case, switches are connected in a linear, or you can say in this case a loop will never form. Why? Because, okay, let me tell you first of all the meaning of loop. Fine, then the thing will be clear to you. 1, 2, 3. This is MAC address table of switch 1, this is MAC address table of switch 2, this is MAC address table of switch 3. These are the port numbers. Different switches can have same port numbers. Is it? This is possible? Yes. Thank you. Let's say this is MAC address A, this is MAC address B. Guys, MAC address, do you think that MAC address table is providing me a path? Routing table, what was the use of routing table? First of all, to define the path. You can only select best when you have two paths. So if you have only one path, how you can say work of routing table is to select the best path? Try to understand. Routing table is built to select the path. See, you are traveling from Delhi to Gurgaon. The road by which you are traveling is designed by government. That's why you are traveling. If the road is not present, you cannot travel from one place to another. So what is the use of routers in the same way? To define that road. Agree? So this computer has to communicate with this computer. So what switches are doing here? Switches are defining a path. Switches are defining a, and that path must be loop free. Why? That path must be, अगर आप यहां से दिल्ली के निकले और थोड़ी देर बाद गुड़गांव ही वापस पहुंच गए, if you are trying to go to Delhi and you end up at Gurgaon, what is the use? Do you like a road network like this? No. You want a straight way, जिससे अगर आप गुड़गांव से निकलो तो सीधे कहां पहुंचो? दिल्ली. You don't want a looped way. आपको एक looped रास्ता नहीं चाहिए. What kind of way you want? Straight way. This thing is clear. Now, just think like this guy does not know about MAC address of this guy. What this guy will do? When he will generate a ARP, source will be, destination will be not known. He will send a traffic to. Now, this is port number 3. Switch 2 will maintain an entry on port number 3, that on port number 3 who is connected? A. Now, what switch 2 will do? Switch 2 will broadcast this frame out of this port, also out of. Switch 1 will maintain an entry in its CAM table that at port number 1 a device is connected whose MAC address is A. Agree? Any issues? Switch 1 will send traffic out of this port also and out of this port also. Switch 3 will receive the traffic and make an entry on this port. That on port number 1 who is connected? A. But side by side he is getting a broadcast from switch 2 directly also. That on port number 2 is connected. It means I am learning same MAC address on 2 different ports. This scenario is called loop. This scenario is called, why we call it loop? See, when switch 3 has to forward information for this destination A, where switch 3 will send the traffic? To switch A or to switch 2? He will be confused. So this situation is called loop. To prevent this situation, we have a protocol called STP. Guys, if I ask all of you how I can prevent a loop, can someone give me a solution? Think. बिल्कुल सही बोला इसने. एक लिंक को क्या कर दो? ये लो. अब बनेगी कभी लूप? So what I told you in the beginning, when I connect switches in linear, there will be no. But when I connect switches in physical loop, a loop will form. Clear? अगर मैं switches को linearly connect करता हूं तो कभी भी loop, लेकिन अगर मैं switches को loop में connect करता हूं तो loop बनेगा. अब STP का काम पता क्या है? What is the use of STP? To prevent loop when switches are connected in a loop. Now there can be a question in someone's mind. कोई ऐसा भी सोच सकता है कि सर if I remove this link there will be no loop. So why we are using STP? We can remove this link. We can disable STP. By disabling STP, CPU processing will be reduced. Guys, एक बात बताओ. I am running a Camtasia software on my computer. अगर मैं आप लोगों की बात ना मानूं तो मैं वीडियो ना बनाऊं. उससे मेरे कंप्यूटर की प्रोसेसिंग क्या होगी, फास्ट। एग्री? ऑन स्विचेस वी आर रनिंग अ प्रोसेस कॉल्ड एसटीपी। इफ आई डिसेबल दिस लिंक, I know there will be no loops, so I can disable STP. But guys, try to understand a simple thing. If the link between switch 1 and 2 goes down, my network will be down. Switch 2 will never able to reach switch 1. This thing is clear. It means STP will provide you two advantages. What are they? What are those advantages? One is, instead of removing this link, STP will mark this link as block. Agree? And second thing, if any of the link goes down, this link can be reused. It means I will get a loop free topology also, and I will get redundancy also. I will get a loop free topology also, and second thing I will get, to achieve redundancy we are using STP, not just to prevent loops. This thing is clear? This thing is fine. So we will discuss STP when we will discuss about it. Fine. So next topic. बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा है इसने। एक सिंगल पोर्ट पे एक से ज्यादा मैक एड्रेस लर्न हो सकते हैं। ऑन अ सिंगल पोर्ट स्विच कैन लर्न मोर देन वन मैक एड्रेस, बट ऑन मल्टीपल पोर्ट स्विच कैन नॉट लर्न द सेम मैक एड्रेस. Situation is different. Situation is opposite. Try to understand. Okay, I will give you an example. How? Like this. Switch 1. Which switch I am connecting? Fine. User MAC address B, C, D, E, F. All has to communicate with the network. What they will do? All of them will generate a R. A is also learned on this port, B is also learned on this port, C, D, E, F. All MAC addresses are learned on a single port. There will be no problem. क्या प्रॉब्लम होगी? क्या प्रॉब्लम होगी? Do you think there will be a problem? No. On a single port, a switch can learn multiple MAC addresses, but same MAC address cannot be learned on multiple ports. ठीक है जी? So multiple MAC addresses we can learn, switch can learn on the same port. This thing is clear? कोई इशू इसमें? तो हम पहला टॉपिक स्टार्ट करें, बेस टॉपिक स्विचिंग का. Shall we start with the base topic of switching? That is VLAN stands for Virtual Local Area Network. Local Area Network. What do you mean by virtual local area network? Yeah, do you have any information about this term? Any information?
सिंगल पोर्ट पे वर्चुअल एक लाइन बना देंगे वर्चुअल, ये पोर्ट पे
एक एक करके जोश में आ गए. हाँ भाई बता. बहुत अच्छा, पहली बार मैंने इतना अच्छा आंसर सुना है किसी से. एक स्विच को ऐसा लगेगा वो अलग अलग स्विच की तरह काम कर रहा है. वेरी गुड. और बताओ, और कोई बोल.
एक ही पोर्ट पे हम एक लैन बना देंगे, मतलब एक वर्चुअली लैन होगी, इसमें काफी मतलब हम टीवी से कनेक्ट कर.
चलो ठीक है, एक छोटी सी बात, फायदा क्या है वर्चुअल लैन का?
उसी तरीके से इसमें हम स्विच के पोर्ट को डिवाइड कर देंगे अलग अलग एरिया टाइप में,
ये भी बहुत अच्छा आंसर है. He is also telling a good thing that we divide switch on the basis of ports. We divide switch on the basis of ports. He was saying that we divide switch on the basis of switches. Like I divide a single switch into multiple switches. Different network के basis पे भी divide कर सकते हैं. So we have to understand one thing: what we are doing. What we are doing. Guys, this is a switch. This is also a switch. This is also a switch. How many broadcast domains are there? One. How many broadcast domains are there? One. Now just tell me one thing. Hello? How many broadcast domains are there? If this guy will broadcast, it will be sent it from this switch to this switch to this switch to this switch to this switch. This thing is clear. Now, why I am creating broadcast domain? This is the issue, man. Just think like this is a 10 floor company. One switch at every floor. Fine. They are connected together. If this guy is generating a broadcast, it is getting to the last switch. Agree or not? So, to reduce the broadcast, to reduce the, what we are doing? We are creating VLANs. We are creating VLANs. Now question is, how VLANs will reduce the broadcast? Yes, this is the thing that we have to learn, that we must know. Agree or not? Okay, we will see to it. Switch 1. Okay. Switch 1. Now see, first of all, by default, on switch, we have one broadcast domain. Agree or not? Why? Because there is by default only one VLAN. There is by default only. Let's say there are 6 ports on this switch. By default, all ports are member of which VLAN? VLAN 1. VLAN? So, when this guy will send a broadcast, switch will check how many more members are there who belong to same broadcast domain. This port also belong to? This port also belong to? Speak. This port also belong to? This port also belong to? This port also belong to? It means this particular broadcast must be forwarded out of all the ports which belong to same broadcast domain. That's why when you connect two switches together, broadcast domains still remain one, because all ports belong to one broadcast domain. Why? Because all ports are member of same VLAN. All ports are member of. Any issues? Any problem? Now, this is a switch. Now, let's assume how many switches, how many VLANs are there on a switch by default? VLAN. Now there can be a question from someone, sir, why we have VLAN 1 by default on a switch? Why not VLAN 10? some foolish people can think this question also. Yes, some can think that why this VLAN is called VLAN 1, why not 99, why not 199, why VLAN 1? See, when you bought up a new switch, it's your wish. It's your wish to decide which VLAN you want to use as a management VLAN. What do you mean by management VLAN? The by default VLAN you are creating on a switch, that VLAN is called management VLAN. It's your choice. You can select it as 10, you can select it as 100, but by default most of the people use it as 1. This thing is clear? Shall we move to next thing? Now, VLAN 1, VLAN 1. Now I create another VLAN on a switch, VLAN 2. How many broadcast domains are there on the switch now? How many of you say 2? And how many of you say 1? One or two? Why 1? Because still all ports are member of VLAN 1. It means by just creating a VLAN, you cannot divide broadcast domain. It means when if you have to divide the broadcast domain, you have to assign particular ports to the VLAN. You have to assign particular ports to the VLAN. This thing is clear? This thing is fine? Are you sure? It means if I assign these two ports to VLAN 2, now how many broadcast domains are there on the switch? 2. It means, now see here, when this guy will forward the broadcast, it will move out only of this port. If this guy will forward the broadcast, it will go out only of this port. It means how many broadcast domains are there? 1 and 2. Any problem? To anybody? Any issues? Now in this example, for every switch define a different VLAN. Let's say here department is HR. Here department is
IT.
here department is here department is define VLAN 10. All the ports in this switch on this switch belong to VLAN. All the ports on this switch belong to VLAN. All the ports on this switch belong to VLAN. All ports here belong to VLAN. All ports here belong to VLAN. 50. I have divided the broadcast domain. Now this switch will never forward broadcast of VLAN 10 to VLAN, VLAN 20 to VLAN 30. This thing is clear. Any issue? कोई प्रॉब्लम किसी को? इसका मतलब VLAN का मतलब क्या है? अपनी ब्रॉडकास्ट डोमेन को क्या करना? डिवाइड. लेकिन वो सिर्फ क्रिएट करने से नहीं होगा. किससे होगा? VLAN को पोर्ट को असाइन करने से. VLAN को पोर्ट को. दिस थिंग इज क्लियर. नेक्स्ट थिंग, VLAN का मतलब समझ में आया? हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ VLANs are there? Are two types of VLAN. One is, other one is extended range. What is the normal range? 1 to extended is 0. Are reserved. You cannot use these VLANs. This thing is clear. Any issues? in CCNA we only talk about normal range of VLAN. We never talk about extended range, because in CCNA I cannot make you understand. I cannot make you understand why we need extended range. It's not possible at this time. But when you have a bit understanding of switching, then only I can make you understand why we need extended range of VLANs. This thing is clear. So we talk about extended range of VLANs in CCNP switch. This thing is clear. This thing is fine. So how many types of VLAN are there? Two. Which? Second? First? Second? First? Second? Range of normal? Range of extended? Repeat. याद होगी? Which VLANs are reserved? Any issues? कोई problem? Shall we move on to next topic? किसी यूज के लिए आईपी एड्रेसेस पढ़े थे? बहुत सारे क्या होते हैं? अब तक मैंने बताया कौन सा आईपी एड्रेस किस लिए रिजर्व है? कभी डिस्कस की है बात? जैसे जैसे एप्लीकेशन डिस्कस करूंगा कभी अगर यूज आया तो, अगर नहीं आया तो आपको जानने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. देखो, लेट्स टॉक. एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं. 1002 VLAN is reserved for FDDI. Reserved for. अब what is FDDI? FDDI. It was a technology which was used 10 years back. So first thing, I don't know about that technology. So how I can discuss about it with you people? So for me also, that is a reserved VLAN. It means when on switches, I run that particular technology for the traffic of that particular technology. Which VLAN was used? 1002. This thing is clear. Like for 1003 was reserved for token ring. It means when I run token ring technology on the switches and traffic has to travel of token ring, which VLAN it will use? 100. This is the meaning basically. It means I am assigning one particular VLAN for one particular traffic. This thing is clear? This thing is fine. Now, switch 1, switch 2. How to how many of you know the meaning of deployment? How many of you have done engineering? Have they deployed any projects? Have you deployed any projects in C, C++, Java, .NET, something? क्या गोला ही बनाया आज तक? बताओ, कभी नहीं डिप्लॉय किया? डिप्लॉयमेंट मीन्स इम्प्लीमेंट. So how to deploy implement VLANs in real time? First way, पहला वे क्या है? What is the first way? Like you have some departments and you have separated your departments all over your network. What I want to say, like you have a HR user here also and you have a HR user here also. It means just try to understand if here I have VLAN 10 and here also I have VLAN 10. It means VLAN 10 broadcast will travel from one switch to another switch. Agree? This particular kind of deployment is called end-to-end VLANs. This thing is clear, but there is second kind of deployment is called local VLANs. Local VLANs means on one switch I have a particular department connected and there is only one VLAN. There is only, in that case, broadcast will never travel from one switch to another. This thing is clear? So you can have two types of deployments in real time. One is end-to-end, one is local. If I talk about your college scenario, in college scenario, VLAN deployment is always end-to-end. Is always. हमेशा याद रखो एक बात. I can give you an example. On the computers on which your teachers are sitting, always getting high speed internet. But on which students are sitting, they are waiting for the Google page to open. It can be in the any lab. It is the same scenario in any lab, because what they have done, they have assigned a different VLAN to the teacher and different VLAN to the students, and on the basis of VLAN they have divided the bandwidth. On the basis of VLAN they have divided the 1000 students are getting 10 Mbps and 100 teachers are also getting 10 Mbps. So who will get more speed? Teachers. But teachers don't know. Students. मेरे को उस टाइम नेटवर्किंग आती होती तो मैं सारा बदला ले लेता. फाइन, दिस थिंग इज क्लियर. लोकल वीलैंस एंड एंड टू एंड वीलैंस सबको समझ में आया? आगे चलें. डिप्लॉय कैसे करनी है? तो वीलैन होती क्या? व्हाट इज अ वीलैन, हाउ टू डिप्लॉय इट एंड टाइप्स ऑफ वीलैन. क्लियर? नाउ ऑन अ स्विच, when you create a VLAN, that VLAN information is stored in VLAN.dat file. Where it is stored? VLAN.dat file. VLAN.dat file is stored in flash. As I already told you, NVRAM is a part of flash. NVRAM is a part of flash. On switches there is no separate NVRAM. NVRAM is a part of, so my VLAN.dat file is stored in flash. This thing is clear? This thing is fine? Any issues? No. Clear? Shall we move on? Now, today we will discuss only about one more protocol and some headers. One protocol, and it will hardly take 20 minutes to make you understand these things. First thing, let's talk about STP. All of you know that STP is a protocol which is working at which layer? Layer 2. All of you know about this thing. All of you know about ARP. ARP is a protocol which is working between layer 2 and layer 3. Agree? Now, what is the difference between layer 2 header when this protocol will travel and when this protocol will travel? This thing is clear? This thing is fine? Now, concern is clear? What we are going to discuss? मैं बात कर रहा हूं आपके लेयर 2 हेडर में डिफरेंस क्या होगा जब एक STP पैकेट जाएगा और जब एक R पैकेट जाएगा. एग्री? नाउ, this is a switch 1, this is switch 2. I am saying switch 1 is forwarding a R packet to switch 2. Let's say कि आपको मैंने ऐसा अब तक बोला तो नहीं है ना कि हम स्विच आईपी को जानता नहीं है, आईपी दे नहीं सकते स्विच पे, नहीं ना? I just told you one thing, that switch forwards information on the basis of MAC address. On a switch you can assign IP. You can assign IP. Fine. Switch can understand IP. Switch can use IP. Switch can do all the things. Fine. Just think like you have a IP on switch that is 10.0.0.1. On this switch 10.0.0.2. This IP first of all is not assigned to the interface. Is not assigned to the interface. To which thing we have assigned this IP? Switch virtual interface. Switch virtual. We will discuss about SVI after some time. Leave it for now. Just think like on two switches I have assigned on one switch I have assigned IP 10.0.0.1. On second switch I have assigned IP. I want to ping. So if 10.0.0.1 want to communicate with 10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.1 needs MAC address of 10.0.0.2. It means 10.0.0.1 will generate ARP for 10.0.0.2. Till now everything is clear. मैंने क्या कहा? मैंने switch पे एक IP दे दी. I have assigned IP on switch. How? By using. We will discuss the concept of SVI after some days. Fine. When we will end up switching. After that, on switch 1, what IP I have assigned? On switch 2, what IP we have assigned? Any issues? Any problem? Any problem? It means when 10.0.0.1 has to communicate with 10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.1 will generate ARP. When this shitty guy will generate a ARP, it will be received by 10.0.0.2. See, in this case, in my ARP packet, with my ARP header, there will be a layer 2 frame. There will be that layer 2 frame is called IEEE frame. What will be the information in that layer 2 frame? First is preamble, second is, third is, here there is data, here there is FCS. Fine. (14) for these fields and 4 bytes for FCS. Now try to understand one thing. What is the use of this type field? This, see, now I will tell you the difference. Switch 1 is sending the ARP. Switch 2 will receive it. Switch 2 will first of all check. After checking destination MAC address, switch 2 will get to know it is a ARP request, because in destination MAC address will be all F. Agree? Now it will check type field. To which protocol we have to hand over this data. In type field there will be a value. There will be a, which will tell the switch 2 that this is actually a ARP request and you have to hand over this information to ARP protocol. You have to hand over this information to ARP protocol. This thing is clear? It means whenever switches are exchanging information, layer 2 and above, which IEEE frame is used, IEEE frame is used. This thing is clear, but second case, switch 1, switch 2. Switch 1 is sending a STP packet. All of you know STP is a protocol working at layer 2. In this case, switch 1 will send STP header also. Agree? Plus layer 2 header also. In this, the layer 2 header that is used is 802.3. In this layer 2 header, information is only of source MAC and there is no type field. There is no type field. But with 802.3 header, we have another header called LLC. LLC stands for Logical Link Control. in LLC header there will be a value which will specify that this is a STP traffic. This is a, in this case, switch 2 will receive the packet. First of all, switch 2 will check destination MAC address. Then switch 2 will check LLC header. In LLC header, switch 2 will find a value which will tell switch 2 that this traffic belongs to STP. It means when switches are exchanging information up to layer 2, not layer 2 and above, not layer 2 and above. Which protocol they will use? 802.3. But when they are exchanging information layer 2 and above, which protocol they will use? IEEE. This thing is clear. तो मैंने क्या कहा, अगर दो स्विच एक ऐसे प्रोटोकॉल की इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर कर रहे हैं जो लेयर 2 एंड अबव है, तो लेयर 2 पे कौन सा हेडर लग के जाएगा? IEEE. लेकिन अगर दो स्विच ऐसे प्रोटोकॉल की इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर कर रहे हैं जो लेयर 2 पे ही एग्जिस्ट करेगा, कभी लेयर 2 से बाहर नहीं जाएगा, उस केस में लेयर 2 पे कौन सा प्रोटोकॉल यूज होगा? 802.3. दिस थिंग इज क्लियर. तो लेयर 2 पे भी दो तरह के आपके ईथरनेट वो होते हैं हेडर्स, एक IEEE और एक 802.3. ठीक है जी, दिस थिंग इज क्लियर. और स्विच हमेशा क्या चेक करता है? destination MAC address. Switch will always check. This thing is clear. Any issues with this thing? Now we have to study the protocol that I was talking about. Protocol, okay. Okay, leave it. We will study it tomorrow. So tomorrow what we will study, I am writing it here: DTP, VTP, STP. Tomorrow is Friday. I will only discuss about these things and I will do the practical of DTP, VTP. We will see to it how much we can cover. Now I am doing practical of last class. Okay. Question is, what are non-manageable switch? Guys, मैं एक D-Link का switch खरीद के लाया, मैं उसको access नहीं कर सकता. I cannot access it. That is called. But this switch I can access and I can configure. That particular switch is called manageable switch. Clear? What things, what practicals we have to do now? EIGRP में redistribution कर लोगे खुद? मैंने कल आपको बता दिया था different processes communicate कैसे करेंगे. टाइप 3 देखा था हमने? टाइप 3 भी देखना है आज? ठीक है जी. सर सर प्रैक्टिकल में सब लोग आए थे,
हाँ प्रैक्टिकल मेडल थे तो।
सब आए थे।
सब नहीं, कुछ एब्सेंट थे।
कौन थे एब्सेंट, बताना यार एक बार। कोई भी चीज़ देख लो जिंदगी में। So what we will do, 190 to 168 slash this, we will create a loop back. Here network will be of, here network will be of गर्मी नहीं कर दिया आपने? नेटवर्क विल बी ऑफ, एक लूप बैक इस पे बना लेंगे 192 टू 168 3.0 स्लैश 24। एक लूप बैक यहां पे बना लेंगे 192 टू 168 4.0 स्लैश, यहां एक राउटिंग प्रोटोकॉल चलाएंगे। लेट्स से यहां एक राउटिंग प्रोटोकॉल चलाएंगे, लेट्स से। तो बाय दिस आई विल शो यू redistribution also and OSPF also। यहाँ एक राउटिंग प्रोटोकॉल चलाएंगे, OSPF एरिया, ओके फाइन, नो इश्यूज। This will be OSPF area 0। डायग्राम बना लो सारे अपनी नोटबुक्स पर। तो मैं अब आपका ना 1 वीक एक्सटेंड करा रहा हूँ भाई, ठीक है भाई। दो ऑप्शन, OSPF साथ साथ कॉन्फ़िगर कर दूं, नहीं राउटर आईडी, एरिया एरिया, एनी इश्यूज? सॉरी यार, Done. Look here carefully. Router OSPF 3. Router ID. Network. Area. Network. मैनुअली साइन किया. क्वेश्चन दोबारा सोच और पूछ. वीडियो देखियो दोस्त बैठ के. ठीक है, मंडे की वीडियो देखियो, अपने आप समझ में आ जाएगा राउटर आईडी की क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है. फाइन, डिस्कस कर चुके हैं हम राउटर आईडी के बारे में. तो एक बार वीडियो देखियो, फिर कोई प्रॉब्लम आएगी पूछ लियो, कोई इशू नहीं. Next process that I have to run on this router is router EIGRP 100. It means this router will act as a ASBR for OSPF. This thing is clear? Which network I have to advertise? Network 34.0.0. No auto. Any issues? No. यार सुन ना बात, इस बात पे हजारों लोग कंफ्यूज होते हैं. इफ आई डिफाइनिंग वाइल्ड कार्ड मास्क, भाई वाइल्ड कार्ड मास्क इज स्पेसिफाइंग जस्ट ऑन विच इंटरफेस यू वांट टू एनेबल EIGRP, nothing else. It is not advertising your network, it is just enabling EIGRP process on the interface. देखो मैंने एक राउटर का इंटरफेस लिया, या मैंने आईपी दे दी 12.0.0.100. फाइन. नाउ if you want for this particular IP only EIGRP will be enabled, you will write it like this. This thing is clear. आप चाहते हो कि भाई EIGRP आपका इस IP के अलावा किसी और IP पे भी क्या रहे, enabled रहे, तो आप ऐसा डिफाइन नहीं करोगे. क्या डिफाइन करोगे? Fine. This is just enabling EIGRP on the, it is not advertising. Fine. See, now we can check type 3 LSA. I will configure EIGRP after. यार मैंने लूप बैक को OSPF में एडवर्टाइज कर दिया ना. क्यों एक जगह एडवर्टाइज करूंगा? वाई आई शुड एडवर्टाइज इट ऑन बोथ द साइड्स. नाउ on R1 show IP OSPF neighbor, sorry, show IP OSPF interface B. On how many interfaces I am running OSPF? Show IP OSPF neighbor. 2.2.2 is my neighbor and his state is EDR. Now you want 2.2.2 to be DR. What you will do? Okay, clear IP OSPF. Yes, processes cleared. Now you can see router with highest router ID will become DR. Now again I want 1.1.1 to be DR. So what I can do is I can increase the priority. By default priority is, let's say I am configuring it as As I change the priority, election will not take place automatically. Show IP OSPF. Still 2.2.2 is. So what I have to do? Still who is the DR? Yes. On DR you have to run the command clear IP OSPF process. Only then DR will again take participation in the election. Always keep this thing in mind that you have to run clear IP OSPF process on the DR route. So when I will move to R2, I will run the command here clear IP OSPF process. Come on R1. 2.2.2 is BDR. Why? Because if you check on R1, show IP OSPF neighbor. 1.1.1 is having priority 10. This thing is clear. So all of you know how to change priority now. Changing timers is not in your syllabus. Fine. How to change hello and hold time in OSPF. Fine. Now, all of you know, in this case, let's come on R1. Show IP OSPF border router command is the command to check my ABR. Who is the ABR? Check again. Who is the ABR? R2. This thing is clear. What is the cost to reach ABR? 1. This thing is clear. This thing is fine. So R1 must be getting some LSS from ABR. Those LSS are called summary LSS. Advertised by. He is my ABR. Advertised by my. And what are those LSS? Networks that are existing in which area? Area 0. See, summary LSS of area 1 are the networks which are existing in area 0 and are advertised by ABR. This thing is clear. ये बात हमने डिस्कस कर ली थी. अगर मैं R3 पे जाके सेम चीज देखूंगा, area 0, in area 0 summary LSS are the networks which belong to area 1 and advertised by ABR. This thing is clear? Fine. Any problem? कोई issue भाई किसी का? If you check on R2, show IP OSPF database. Here you can see summary LSS that belong to area. After you can see summary LSS that belong to area 1. It means on ABR you will find information of both the areas. This thing is clear. And if on ABR you will run the command show IP OSPF border router, you will get nothing. You will get, why? I am the ABR, yaar. How to check a router is an ABR? Show IP protocols. It is an area border router. This thing is clear? Fine. If you check the inter-area routes, show IP route OSPF. Inter-area routes are marked as IA. Marked as IA. This thing is clear? On R3 also you can check the same thing. Show IP OSPF database. Inter-area routes are marked as IA. IA means and O means OSPF intra-area. OSPF? This thing is clear? So this is the concept of type 3. Now what I will do, I will run EIGRP here and I will show you the process of type 4 and type 5. 34.0.0.192.168 1 dot, sorry, fold dot, show IP EIG RP. My neighbor is 34.0.0.3. Now if you check on R3, first thing, show IP OSPF neighbor. Who is my neighbor? 2. Show IP EIG RP. I have EIG RP neighbor and I am getting some routes from OSPF also. I am getting some routes from, but I am not giving EIG RP routes into OSPF or OSPF routes into. So if I want to do that thing, what I have to perform? So first of all, I will redistribute EIG RP into. So if I want to redistribute EIG RP into OSPF, I have to move into router OSPF 3. Redistribute EIG RP 100. After that, what I told you in the beginning, that there is no need to specify metric in case of OSPF. By default metric is 20. This thing is clear. You have to add a keyword here, subnets. Why? What do you mean by subnets? What do you mean by subnets? See, if I will not specify here subnets, what information router will give me? Read it. Only classful networks are redistributed. It means subnet is important because if you want to redistribute classless networks also into OSPF, you have to define the keyword subnets. As I redistribute something into OSPF, this router will become redistributing external routes from includes, it means it will also redistribute classless networks. By default, it will only redistribute classful networks. This thing is clear? Now, show IP OSPF database. After summary LSA, there is one more LSA that is called type external. First thing, external LSAs never belong to any area. Never belong to. Why? Because they don't belong to OSPF. This thing is clear? Now, they are advertised by who is 3.3.3.3? ASBR. Now see, link ID means networks that exist in EIGRP. Networks that exist in. This thing is clear? If you come on R2, show IP route OSPF. You are getting E2 networks. E2 means external type 2. We have external type 1 also. We will discuss it in CCNP. What is the difference between external type 1 and external type 2? But by default, whenever you will redistribute anything into OSPF, that will be taken as external type 2. You can see here metric is by default 20. Networks, these are OSPF networks. Agree or not? Any problem? And one more thing, guys, on R3 there is no type 4 LSA, there is only type 5. But if you move on to R1, there is type 5 LSA, but there is one more LSA, summary ASBR LSA. Who is giving you information about 3.3.3. And who is advertising the LSA? ABR. Who is advertising the LSA? Type 4 LSA is always generated by ABR. Type 4 LSA will be generated by ABR giving the information of ASBR in its own area. If you check here, show IP OSPF border routers. What is first thing? I means 3.3.3 is cost to reach ASBR 2. This information is advertised in which LSA? Type 4. In which LSA? Type 4. That 3.3.3 is my ASBR, and what is the cost to reach ASBR? 2. This thing is clear. R1 knows about ASBR because of which LSA? Type 4. This thing is clear. SPF कितनी बार चला है? शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ फर्स्ट एल्गोरिथम कितनी बार रन हुई है इस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में? 7 बार. शो आईपी, सॉरी, शो आईपी प्रोटोकॉल्स. ये ना ही एबीआर है ना ही एएसबीआर है. किस राउटर पे हम? R1 पे. लेकिन इसे पता दोनों का. ही नोज अबाउट बोथ ऑफ देम. शो आईपी ओएसपी है बॉर्डर राउटर्स. About ABR also and about this thing is clear. So cost is still 20. You can see here. सब लोग देख सकते हैं cost अभी भी क्या है? 20. Guys, so this is the feature of E2 type route. Whenever something is redistributed into OSPF, by default its type is E2, and this is the behavior of E2 that cost is never added. Cost is never. It means they are redistributed from R3. Agree? By default, according to the rule, cost of this interface must be added when it will reach R2. Cost of this interface must be added when it will reach R1. But you can see here on R1 also cost is still 20. So this is the behavior of route type E2. So why we use E2? What is E1? We will discuss it in CCNP. This thing is clear. Now, second thing, I will tell you how to redistribute OSPF into router EIGRP. Before that, let me tell you, if from R3, fine, you want to generate a default route in OSPF, how you will do it? Same as RIP. So first of all, you have to create a default route. Let me create a default route. Next hop will be 34004. So router OSPF 3 default information. See, show IP OSPF database. Default route is originated in the form of type 5 LSA. In the form of? This thing is clear? It is equal to redistributing something into OSPF. When you run the command default information originate, it is equal to redistributing something into OSPF. So if you check on R1, you will be getting a default route. You are getting a default route. Type is E2. And always keep one thing in mind. Whenever you run the command default information originate and default route is originated, by default its metric is 1. By default its metric is 1. This thing is clear. So now on R3, I will remove the both of the configurations. No exit. Done. Now on R3, I will redistribute OSPF into EIGRP. Router EIGRP 100. Redistribute OSPF 3. After that, first of all, I will define bandwidth. Bandwidth will be 10,000. Let's say after that he is asking about delay. Delay is 1000. After that reliability 255. After that load 255. After that MTU 1500. I have defined all the matrices. It means this time OSPF will be redistributed into. How I will check? Show IP EIGRP top. You can see here some routes are redistributed. You can see here some routes are, and which routes are these? The routes that belong to OSPF. So you can check these particular routes on R4. Show IP route 23.0.0.0, 12.0.0.0, 192.168, 192.168, 3 dot. All routes are redistributed into EIGRP. This thing is clear? Any problem? Any issue? Are you sure? External EIGRP routes have a AD of 170. Now guys, if you remember on R1 I have defined this network at /24, but I am getting it as slash. This is because of OSPF behavior. Fine. So if you want this thing to be correct, you have to go to loopback. You can run a command IPOSPF network type point to point, or you can also run a command IPOSPF network type broadcast, because by default network type on loopback is, I will show you here, show IPOSPF interface loopback 1. By default network type is loopback. Okay, you can check the difference on R4 now. This network is present with a mask of 24 and 3.0 is also present with a mask of 24. Why? Because it is present on R3 itself. But if you check the 3.0 network on R1, you are getting it as /32. This thing is clear. So if you want to advertise it at exact mask, what you will do? Interface loopback 1 IP OSPF network type point to point. Move to R1. I am getting the exact network, not now. I am getting the exact network at /20. Earlier I was getting it as /30. And if you check the network type here, network type is now, earlier it was loop. Now all of you know how to redistribute EIGRP into OSPF and OSPF into, last thing, how to redistribute EIGRP into RIP. Router RIP version, no auto, network, router RIP version, no auto, network, second network, now come on R4. See, show IP route RIP. I am getting all the EIGRP routes. Show IP route. Sorry. I am getting RIP route also, but I am not giving any EIGRP routes into RIP domain and any RIP route into. So how I will do it? Router EIGRP 100 redistribute RIP. When I am redistributing something into EIGRP, metric will be of EIGRP. Fine. This time RIP routes are redistributed into EIGRP. Now router RIP redistribute EIGRP 100. Metric will be hop count. Let's say I am defining hop count as 2. This thing is clear. So this time on R5 I think you will get all the routes. Show IP route. I am getting all the networks 34, 12, all the networks with a hop count of 2. This thing is clear. And if you want to ping 192.168.1.1 with a source of, with your own loop back 5 dot, you are able to. We are connected. So this is how you will perform redistribution. What is your homework? Repeat this task. Repeat this same task. You can use 5 real devices with a single link. Sit in groups. Instead of doing it alone, sit in groups. Fine. Should I stop it? Any problem? If you find any problem, ask me tomorrow.